Right, so okay folks, let's go through some of these questions then. Make a bit more sense of what's going on. Try to get it out really, just to make it clear. It's good to do this. Don't be afraid of doing this in exam, of getting some extra bit of paper and writing out stage by stage what's happening. The examiner isn't going to see that, only actually get the right answer. That's great. There's this input a number, alright, and it tells us that the input's 13 and 5. 13 followed by 5, and it's going to perform some kind of calculation. It has to be 5, doesn't it? Okay. If we put 13 first of all, alright, it's going to store, yeah, that's what you want to mean, store in arg1. Okay, so it's going to store 13 in there. That's what I've written here, okay. So input is number 13, it's storing it in arg1, so arg1 is now set up for 13. Okay. Again here, we can put again number 5, alright, and it can store that in arg2, so arg2 is set to number 5, so that's the first bit dealt with, okay. Then it's going to load whatever is in arg1, alright, so I've tried to break the program up a little bit, kind of part 2 I suppose, right. It's going to load whatever is in arg1, so arg1 was 13, wasn't it, alright. And then it's going to perform this, eventually a loop, but I've got a subtraction and now. It's loaded arg1, 13. Then got this command here, this instruction here, subtract whatever in arg2. So very simply, more complicated than what actually is that. It's going to subtract whatever's in arg2. Yeah. For that calculation, so that's it's going to load arg1, yeah, always already loaded, minus arg2, so effectively 5. Right. Then what happens now is, I've written down here, so in the first state, arg1 was 13, arg1's now changed since this first calculation is performed, it's now moved to 8, okay, and then what happens here then, this branch, so if this branch is positive, yeah, alright, it's going to look for whatever this is again. So it's going to loop, it's going to go back up here, alright, and do the same thing again. Now, it needs to subtract from something. So I don't want to go. So what we then do here, alright, in the next stage, really, if I was to just kind of copy that down for the next stage. I'm going to do it again now, isn't it? So, first it's going to change this now, isn't it? So it's going to carry out this calculation again for the second time. So I'll just bring that down here just so it separates from what we've been doing. So it's going to sub arg2, which in effect is taking London arg1 as arg2. In this case, it's 8 minus 5. So arg2 doesn't change. And that's obviously 3. Okay. Again, the number of arg1 is still positive. So the answer is still positive, isn't it? Okay. But what happens is it's going to loop again. Okay. So copy that down and just change them to the values. It's going to loop for the third time and carry out the same operation again. So this time, the third state here, sorry, update this reference. That's 3. Alright, so as it looks round again then, right, for the third time round, if you like, this obviously changes. So it goes there. This becomes 3. Alright, 3 minus 5 is obviously minus 2. Okay. And then, because we've got minus 2 here now, it's not going to loop again. Right, we've kind of stopped this loop from happening because the branch is positive. The numbers are all positive because we're minus 2 now. Okay, so again for the kind of fourth time there, really, again for reference, we've got arg1 is now holding minus 2. Okay, so what it then says to do, alright, is add whatever's in arg2 this time. So we've got here we've got this add, put that down so we can see, add arg2. So in effect, what's actually happening is, remember arg2 is over 5, it's doing arg2 plus whatever's in arg1. Alright, so we know that is 5, okay. And becomes then 5 plus minus 2, right, which equals 3. Alright, and that's kind of how the program ends then, so that's why the output for this answer then is 3. Alright, so hopefully you kind of followed that, it made a bit of sense. Alright, and then if you've got that from now, that's fine. What I'll do is I'll just run through it again very quickly, for those that might still not be sure, and then at least then, you know, hopefully you've got it by then. Any other questions, do let me know. So we start off inputting 13, yeah, it's storing it in arg1, hopefully this is a bit now. Inputting number 5, stores it in arg2, yeah, so I'm going to pay reference to those a bit later. It then loads whatever's in arg1, 13, and performs a subtraction then. So basically it ends up being loads arg1, so we'll put arg1 in first, 13, yeah, minus whatever's in arg2, 13 minus 5 is 8. Because the number is positive, it loops back round and does the calculation again. So arg1's changed on this time, alright? So that's what happened when you subtracted wherever you've loaded from. Yeah, that makes sense. So we've looped round again and then perform this second calculation. So taking the answer from the first calculation and then running it again. Alright, so arg1 again minus arg2 becomes 3. So arg1's changed again here. So it's the third state. If you like it in its original. First one being the first input. And then it's going to count again, the numbers are positive because we're on 3. So this still happens again. Alright. And then arg1 minus arg2 again. So 3 minus 5. This time yields minus 2. So we have a negative number. That's the kind of fourth state there. So what happens then, as it won't again, not positive anymore. So what then happens, it runs the this instruction here. Alright. And then it adds, so it's hopefully it's holding whatever arg1 was at this point, the answer. Alright. Last calculation, which is minus 2. But then adding, so arg2 here, so add arg2, so arg2 plus arg1, 5 plus minus 2, which is 3. Alright, and finally, that's it. It has no more instructions to run, and then outputs whatever value holding. Alright, then is 3. Hope that made a bit more sense for that one. Okay, I'll make another video going through the other one as well.